How do you like my stream manager work on the phone? Alrighty. So I'm gonna restart the entire game. We're gonna try and play through this tonight. Alright, I'm gonna mute myself so y'all can hear the cutscene.
Mean anything special to you? It does to me. A hell of a lot. When I close my eyes, the sky in my dreams is a deep, dark blue. Pilots have been in my family for 4 generations. Flying's in my DNA. Even so, my grandpa didn't want me joining the Air Force. He lost faith in the Ocean Air Defense the day my dad died in battle.
You know, Abby, I wish you could see what it's like up there. Cruising above the clouds, the dark blue of the stratosphere. Nothing beats being at the controls and seeing it from the cockpit. Look here.
Gramps tossed a magazine over to me with an article. Unmanned fighters are no longer a dream, it read. Pilots taking to the skies will soon be a distant memory.
I don't see anything good coming from that.
Know what? Lying smack dab in the middle of the desert west of here, there's a bunch of planes from the last war. Some of them have been mothballed, but most of them are just rusted piles of junk waiting to be scrapped. Gramps was really good friends with the super there, so he got to take whatever he wanted, no questions asked. That's how we got the parts to build our own plane. Now, when I say we, I mean me, my grandpa, and his old war buddies. I cut my teeth working with those geezers. They taught me their skills and some dirty jokes. But with their aging eyeballs and whatnot, I ended up having to do most of the work myself. I was at the airstrip doing some flight training when I saw it. A prototype drone. It wasn't much of a plane, more of a trash can with wings.
Laugh at it all you want, kid. But technology's always changing. If you don't keep up with it, it'll leave your ass behind.
It took 6 years and 8 months to get that engine running. And it took us another 1.5 years after that to finally get the balance of the airframe just right. I'd gone from being a little girl to, well, still a girl, just older. But now, I was all alone. Wherever the souls of my Gramps and his pals are flying, I hope it's peaceful. Then, finally, I was ready to break the sound barrier. All this plane could do was take off, accelerate, and fly up. So, I flew up, straight up, through the clouds, higher into the sky. could almost touch it. Then I saw OCS fighters. They were tailing something. A drone. They were going full out chasing that thing. Doing 30 Gs at least. Damn, I've never seen anything move that fast. It had a rose painted on it. The Erusian emblem. But that country's a whole continent away from here.
Right. You should have put in my best with you, piece of junk. Should have built a deterrent too.
Alrighty, now that that's done, it's time to pick out the plane.
I said settle down.
What do we want?
You have all been instrumental in helping to maintain peace in Usea as members of the International Union Peacekeeping Force. Until today. Earlier, our radar site informed us that a group of unidentified aircraft was approaching. Communication systems went down immediately afterwards. We are led to conclude that they have attacked the site. Here's your mission. It's possible that the Usian ceasefire agreement has been broken for the first time in over a decade. As of today, the Fort Gray's Air Base Squadron of the IUPF has been put on high alert. All members who have been ordered to sortie, fly there immediately. Find the unidentified craft, then use your weapons to round them up and force them to land.
Alrighty. Well,
If the hostiles counterattack, then you will...
What the hell was that? There's smoke! We're under attack. Numerous unidentified aircraft confirmed overhead. What? How is that possible?
The tank farm to the north has been bombed.
Many injured.
Scramble! All units, take off and eliminate the unidentified craft attacking the base! This is not a drill!
alrighty, so that's our AO, sort of, to the best of what we got. This is us for trigger. Next. So we're gonna get rid of this 295 real quick. Start the mission. Alrighty, do we want an F-14? An A-10. Not very good with air-to-air, though. We could do an F-10, F-104, which is the aircraft we saw at the beginning. Take this one. The F-2, which is the F-16. Take an F-14, which we're probably going to take. The F-16 Charlie. We can take a MiG-21. Whatever the hell this thing is. Or that thing. Or that thing. Let's take the 14. Air to air. Bet. Alright, we're gonna sortie out here.
Mage Squadron, aircraft preparations complete. Stand by at the front.
So, fun fact about the US F-14 Tomcat. When the US started selling them off, right? And I know you guys didn't join this for a history lesson on an airplane. When the US started selling them off, after, I don't remember who we sold them to off the top of my head. After that sale, though, we started destroying them, so it was harder for that country to get parts.
Scramble! Get those birds in the sky! We're sitting ducks! What's happening? Bombers incoming. Don't know how many.
Let's clear that runway. We don't got all day here.
Mage Squadron, head to runway. Column Squadron, take off. Link to Skykeeper. Hurry, Mage Squadron. Trigger, your call sign is Mage 2. Verify and read back. Mage 2, clear for takeoff. The situation is tight. It's a hell of a homecoming party, but we have faith in you. Good luck.
Control, do me a favor and get that bird in the air ASAP.
Mage 2, altitude restriction is lifted. Good luck.
Alrighty.
Whoa, looks like the harbor's taken a lot of damage.
Can't have any more casualties. Time to stop the bullshit. Mage 2, form up with Mage 1. All aircraft, let's do this. Golem Squadron, it's go time.
Roger that.
Going for understood.
Alrighty.
This is the AWACS Skykeeper. Take down all unidentified bombers.
Fire,
Don't
fire.
have any
Fox
escorts.
1 and 2 gone.
They hit our radars hard in the last attack. Expect the worst and stay sharp.
Wilco. Trigger, I'm your wingman. Fly with me now. That's what it means to be in an element.
Enemy bomber confirmed down. Good job, Mage 2.
Not bad, Mage 2. Trigger, switch your radar. See if you can locate the enemy.
I want that bomber. Open up a
There
bigger
it is,
radar.
sitting there all
Firefighter.
pretty, just waiting to be taken. They're way overhead.
Target confirmed down. Looking good, Mage 2. Missile evaded. Mage 2, target's in range. Pair of bombers.
Trigger, stay calm. You got this. I know the kid's shown some promise, but let's remember, he's still barely gotten his feet wet.
Fox 1 and 2.
Abandoning
Boom.
aircraft.
I still need to do some work here. I'm getting used to this get a shit again. Cruising altitude about 6,000. So these other aircraft should be dead ahead. We are just going to cruise over there for a couple minutes. There we go. Now we've got targets showing on screen. And the rest of our team's already over there. Our wingman should be either just above us, if it's just below of us, and right behind us. Fire.
Mage 2, Fox 3.
That's it. It's great when it's simple.
We've done enough damage to the harbor, the carrier, and enemy fleet. Drop payload on installations and return to base.
Mage 2, target down. Enemy bomber down. Nice going, Mage 2.
Where is that
Not too
mage?
shabby, Mage 2. You still got a
That
long
makes
way to go, kid. I'll give you some pointers back at base if you can make it in one piece. Skykeeper, this is Mage 1, over. Tally 2 bandits.
Copy that. It's bomber and an escort.
Whoa there, Trigger. Settle down. Mage 2, maintain your element with Mage 1. Do not break off. Mage 1, make sure he doesn't do anything stupid. Wilco. Golem 2, let's maintain element.
Copy that, Commander. I've got your 6 covered, sir.
Radio.
Pop some flares off.
We're almost out of special weaponry. Target is down.
Attaboy, Trigger.
Column, Mage, 2 new enemy groups.
This is HQ. Attention all combat groups. Are there any drones? Verify. Drones? Are you kidding me right now? Jesus, this is the kind of shit that really chaps my ass. UAVs. I can't tell them apart.
where's this damn bomber?
It didn't connect.
Attacking.
Missile inbound, evade!
Don't let them destroy the harbor. Where the hell are our fighters? The harbor's under heavy fire.
Gotta get right up under this bitch.
H2, you're targeted!
Mage 2's bandit confirmed down.
They confirmed with their own payload. This is Mage 1. Hesitating for a split second could be the difference between life and death. Stay sharp, think fast.
Roger that.
Alrighty, guys. I don't want to get involved in a group of MiGs. We have 2 flares left, 2 missiles left. And we have a bunch of targets. It's gonna be a dogfight.
Yeah, Mage 2 destroyed the target. Enemies on me. Column 2, watch your 6. I hit my mark.
Do a high-G dive.
Missile!
I should fly over and give him the international hello.
H2 is splashed abandoned.
Make Goose proud. Flare, flare, flare. We just got bodied.
Remaining missile!
1 remaining.
Mage 2, keep your focus. You got this.
To Golem and Mage, job well done. All bombers are down. Our radar shows no sign of bandits. You're in the clear.
Boom.
Good going, Mage 2.
Would you look at
Commander
that?
Looks like he's got what it takes. Let's slow down. It's just one sortie. Don't try to be a hero. I want you to make it back in one piece, you hear?
Yeah, I gotta side with the boss man on this.
Golem Squadron, this is HQ. Did you confirm any drones?
What's the deal with all the drones?
Golem 1, return to base and report for debriefing.
I am Princess Rosa Cassette Delise of the Kingdom of Erusia. Citizens of Erusia.
Trigger, your call sign is Mage 2. Verify and
Alrighty. We'll let this go through. I'm gonna light some candles.
The situation is tight. It's a hell of a recruiting party, but we have faith in you. Good luck.
Control, do me a favor and get that bird in the air ASAP.
Mage 2 altitude restriction is lifted. Good luck.
Carrier. Whoa, looks like the harbor's taking a lot of damage.
Can't have any more casualties. Time to stop the bullshit. Mage 2, form up with Mage 1. All aircraft, let's do this. Golem Squadron, it's go time.
Roger that.
Golem 4, understood.
This is the AWACS Skykeeper. Take down all unidentified bombers. They don't have many escorts. They hit our radars hard in the last attack. Expect the worst and stay sharp.
Alrighty. We're gonna skip through this now. We almost did that without taking any damage. And then we got bodied by a missile. Popped them flares a little too soon.
We are currently assessing the damage to the base. We have confirmed that the aircraft carrier Albatross was sunk. We know the attacking bogies were from Erusia. International
Alright, we're gonna go through
peacekeeping
debrief.
force bases all over the Yusian continent were attacked in the same way. The damage is severe. Many wars are lost by failing to recover from the opening blows. That means successfully retaliating was
Alright.
very important. You may have turned the tides of battle here. You have our thanks.
Alright, alright, alright. Okay, we're gonna hit next. And just keep going through. We're gonna go up to the next mission. If there's a cutscene, I'm gonna mute myself.
As of 1 p.m. today, the Kingdom of Erusia has declared war on the Osean Federation. As soon as the news broke out, enemy aircraft began bombing Osean territory, causing widespread destruction. The Air Defense Force has released a statement saying this violent attack was carried out by drones. They speculate the drones were secretly transported to Osea in shipping containers and launched remotely. The Secretary of the Navy has stated that the enemy was targeting naval ports across the country. According to the Secretary, all of the nation's aircraft carriers, including one still under construction, sustained severe damage in the attacks. We have yet to hear back from the department as to the fate of Osean carriers currently at sea. Hold on, I've just received breaking news. The International Space Elevator, which is being built in southern Usea, has been seized by the Erusian army. Reports say former President Harling was touring the site at the time, but his current whereabouts are unknown. Our sources in government tell us it was Harling's policies regarding the space elevator that caused economic frictions in the area, and which ultimately led to this war. Located near Erusia, on the continent of Usea, the space elevator has been under construction for some time now. The Executive Office of the Osean Federation has declared a national state of emergency. They have ordered all its armed forces, including Usian peacekeepers, to mobilize and make the necessary preparations to launch an immediate counterattack. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is officially at war. Stay tuned for further updates.
Breaking news from ENN. Osea launched an attack on the capital today, striking Farbanti from their aircraft carrier, the Kestrel II. After a brutal battle, the Erusian Air Force successfully repelled them. During the air raid, the Osean Air Force fired missiles at the city and managed to shoot down a number of Erusian fighters. Some of the disabled planes then crashed into residential areas.
The world was screwed. 20 years ago, the Earth got slammed by an asteroid. Usea was on the wrong side of the planet and got hit. Hard. Refugees swarmed the Erusian Republic, the biggest country on the continent, plunging it into chaos. They were desperate and started a war, one they had no hope of winning. That's the war my dad fought and died in. The biggest nations from 2 continents went head-to-head, and the so-called righteous Oseans struck the deal that ended it. They fancied themselves the only nation that could bring peace and stability to the world. They even tried saving the Usians, still suffering from the disaster. That's how a space elevator, stretching way up into the sky, ended up being built in Usea, paid for by the Oseans. President Harling said he did it out of compassion for his fellow humans. But to the folks in Erusia, it looked like Osea was moving in to take over. Erusia went from being a republic back to being a kingdom. When they started this new war, they managed to get the drop on everyone.
As of 1 p.m. today,
The second the declaration hit the news, Erusian forces took control of the space elevator without spilling a single drop of blood. President Harling was touring the elevator when it happened and disappeared. Then, while that was going on, the Erusian ships that were docked all around Osea released a swarm of drone fighters they had hidden on board in containers. No one thought they were capable of doing what they did that day. With pinpoint accuracy, they managed to take out everything that was military, and not a single civilian was hurt in the process. Osea pissed lots of people off with their huge military presence around the world. Erusia didn't have the same reach, but they could hit their targets faster and cleaner. And when all this was going down, I just so happened to be in my flying drag racer. In case you were wondering, yeah, I survived. I crashed in a bombed-out Ocean Air Force base, then got arrested for breaking wartime aviation laws or some crap. The world went from being at peace to being at war, all in the blink of an eye.
I'm Princess Rosa Cassette of the Kingdom of Erusia. Today, Ocean airstrikes have shattered the lives of countless Erusians. Their attacks practically leveled the school I went to. It is heartbreaking.
I was tried, found guilty, and stuffed into a cargo ship. For company, I had some court-martialed soldiers. And remember those mothballed planes I told you about before? They were loaded on the ship, too. We headed off down south for several days, and then swung east. That's how I got here. I was thousands of kilometers from Erusia, on the opposite side of the Yuzian continent. For a port, it was dull as hell. It had 3 rusty patrol boats, and the base? The fences were topped with razor wire, the tower had a searchlight and machine guns, and a truck with a gun turret was parked in front of the gate. Its gun was aimed at the yard. This was a prison. This place looked like a full-on base, but half the tanker trucks were just big balloons, and the runways weren't even paved, just painted on the dirt. The whole place was just one big fat lie. The only reason I was here is because they knew I'd restored a supersonic plane. They wanted me to make something out of the mothballed planes they brought, that they could park on the fake runway. Can you believe that shit? So, I tried to escape. They found out and set the dogs on me.
Erusia has made a declaration to the Ocean Federation and all countries on the Yuzian continent stationing the IUN peacekeeping force that we are now at war. Right after the declaration was made, surprise attacks began around the continent that have inflicted major damage to our armed forces. Forces aligned with Erusia are currently appearing throughout Yusia. The combination of these forces has overwhelmed the majority of the continent, and they are now encroaching on us in the east. Additionally, the multinational space elevator has been seized by the Erusian military. After the previous war, the space elevator became both a symbol of peace and a valuable asset in the fight against growing energy concerns. Whoever has control of it will have enormous influence over the entire continent. We cannot turn a blind eye to this critical situation. The Fort Gray's Air Base Squadron has been entered into the order of battle to reclaim the elevator as an advance element. First, you will attack all hostiles coming in the east of Schofield Plateau to stop any interference with the Allied ground troops. The enemy has deployed several vehicles equipped with anti-air radar along the roads. You are to destroy them. They should not pose much of a threat. However, there is a high likelihood that the attack will draw more enemy air support. If that happens, fight them off swiftly and establish air superiority.
Alright, so for this we're going to pick an air superiority fighter. Air superiority fighter. So, the F-14 was built as a multi-role fighter. I think we go with the 16 because that's air superiority and it's much smaller of a target. Little GPBs.
Mage Squadron, sortie, ASAP.
Okay. So for this, we're doing the F-16C fighting Falcon.
Current target is on rails, but there's still military vehicles and anti-air weaponry. Destroy the target. But HQ has made it clear that no harm should come to civilians and no damage is to be done to public facilities.
But, any aircraft shot down could land in civilian territory.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days.
Alright. So I know I slowed down. We are going to...
Do you have visual on the anti-air radar vehicles? They should be close.
Yep.
Fire.
Target has been destroyed. Intercept! Fire the AA! Get the radar vehicle out of there! It's popping off now, Trigger. The war has officially begun.
Page 2, locked.
Sterling, being attacked by enemy aircraft. The anti-air radar vehicle has been destroyed. Going for the radar car. We're using the containers now. Those weapons are meant for tactical flexibility. They've got their anti-air guns aimed right at us.
Target destroyed. 5 to go.
Got one behind us.
Get the fighters out there. Protect the radar vehicle. The radar vehicles are under fire. Can we move them?
Drop another bomb. I was going to pick an A-10.
We need interceptors now.
But it kind of gave me no choice but to pick this. Because there's going to be an air superiority portion.
We don't have any anti-air weaponry in place yet. We can't put up a decent fight.
Page 2, locked. Page 2, bombs away. Target destroyed. 3 to go. Continue to engage at your discretion. Enemy interceptors inbound. Prepare to engage in 30 seconds.
Wilco, here they come. Take them down. Okay, recruits. Pay attention to who's on what side. The newest IFF is connected to our entire force via satellites. It's reliable, so trust your radars.
2 targets remaining.
Let's go online. We pushed the plan forward too fast. The base was too far from Allied territory. Trigger, there's one more to go. Breaking away. Missile closing on me.
Golem 2, Fox 2.
We've got the numbers and the strike.
Boom.
That was the last radar vehicle. Great work. Radar vehicle's destroyed, but the interceptor shows no sign of retreating. Take it out. Continue with the mission. Crush as many as you can.
I go to do this, and all of a sudden I become popular.
With your HUD and radar. The Seekers can sometimes lose their lock-on to their targets, too. No, they're not linked to the radar vehicle. Launch manually. Redo the setup. Here's some feedback from those performers.
Alright, so we are going to...
Manuals in a language we can understand.
Enemy transports taxi.
Alright, this base is worth destroying.
There's both of those C-17s there. That C-17 is not out of the sky.
Enemy has a radar lock on you.
We just about hit the deck very hard.
Target lock. Firing. Enemy transport destroyed. There's more.
Transport destroyed.
Keep your mind focused.
5 targets remaining.
All transports have been destroyed, but what were they carrying?
Read aim over clear ground. Skull 3, you have to bail out now.
Golem 1, enemy will crash in a residential area.
Just worry about staying alive for now.
4 targets remaining. Three targets remaining.
Alrighty, let's see.
Behind one.
We're gonna flip a real quick UE.
Lockdown bandit.
Boom.
Launch preparations complete. Bolts are free. Whenever you're ready. Stand clear, 15 meters. UAVs ready to launch. Away.
H2, target down.
Oh, do we have drones now?
What happened? Status report.
Multiple bogeys on radar. They're close.
Wait, they're being launched.
You're clear to engage. They're probably hostile.
Judging by the way they look and move, they gotta be drones. Well spotted, clown. No doubt about it, we're dealing with UAVs. But that doesn't change a thing. Just think of them as somewhat clever decoys. Take them all down.
Traffic flares are running low.
These drones have great agility. All aircraft. You know what high G turns are, right? Use them. HQ, this is Golem 1. Bandits confirmed as UAVs. Repeat, bandits are drones.
Golem 1, that doesn't matter. Destroy all enemy fighters and get out.
It doesn't matter.
He's saying the war can change in an instant. Get over it.
Yeah, I just wish they'd give us a bit more warning.
Lock, fire, fire.
Launched.
Boom.
Target eliminated. Good work. Golem Squadron, surround them.
We have one chaff and flare left. It's not looking good, Chief.
Missile inbound, evade. Enemy UAV confirmed destroyed. Hell yeah. Golem Squadron, you're not gonna let Mage get all the glory, are ya?
3 enemies to go.
I don't want to get all the glory.
Golem 2, the enemy's reach. Fox 2.
Gotta fly below the ceiling. Let me break the cloud cover. Oh yeah. And we got no joy.
The aircraft is icing up. I'm getting a warning.
Get out of the cloud. The ice will melt.
I'm in his blind spot. He's mine. Bandits are in the clouds.
Locked.
I need some joy on this. Boom.
I'm buying dinner for anyone who takes down an enemy.
That's all I want to try.
You're doing good.
2 sets of joy.
1 to go. Let's get through this without any casualties.
Fox 2.
All joy.
Nice kill, Trigger. Enemy aircraft confirmed down.
The skies are clear. Nice work, everyone. Mission complete. RTB.
No casualties. We couldn't have done any better. Returning to base.
I don't know. Maybe the bandits we took down caused civilian casualties.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days. You shoot, someone gets killed. The guys in charge take care of the rest.
Current target.
You've given us air superiority by destroying their radar. The first barrier keeping us from retaking the space elevator is gone. Now is the time to group up and begin the counteroffensive. Let us reclaim what is ours.
Alrighty. Going off to the next mission now, which should be the elevator. Can't wait, so much more interesting if I had
The
auto
surprise
controls
attacks carried out after the
and a yoke.
declaration of war saw the peacekeeping forces of various countries, including Osea, suffer major damage. The ships moored around the space elevator and near Gandar Bay have been hit particularly hard. Numerous ships have been sunk and abandoned. Fortunately, our cutting-edge aircraft carrier Kestrel II was at sea, so it was spared from the attack. Kestrel II is now preparing to launch another attack against Erusia's capital, Farbanti. The aircraft carrier Vulture also managed to escape Gandar Bay safely. However, it lost all its aircraft, so it's sailing empty. Today, the International Union Peacekeeping Force reclaims its bid to the space elevator. The Fort Gray's Island Air Base Squadron will rendezvous with the carrier Vulture for a joint mission. The first objective will be to seize air superiority in Schoppenberg in order to secure a route for the support squadrons. The enemy maintains air superiority over Schoppenberg, so expect heavy resistance from enemy aircraft. There's more, so listen carefully. Right from the start of the war, the enemy has been deploying drones. They're using a new advanced type of drone. The unmanned airborne aircraft carrier, the Arsenal Bird, carries this new drone, MQ-101. The Osean Army headed up the development of the massive Arsenal Birds and dispatched them to the space elevator to provide support. However, it's been reported that the carriers may have fallen into the hands of the Erusian forces. If that's true, it could be a significant obstacle for us. We need to regain control of the space elevator ASAP. Good luck out there.
Squadron, aircraft preparations complete.
Alrighty.
Maintain your current position. 100. Trigger, maintain your current approach.
gonna come in and connect with the KC-135. That looks like a DC-10. And we are docked.
Mage Squadron, this is the situation. Gollum and the other base's squadrons already joined forces and are engaged. You guys will arrive right in the middle of the action. Mage Squadron, eliminate all bandits in the current airspace. We have the upper hand, but that doesn't mean we can ease up. Good luck.
Mage 1, Wilco. Mage 1 to Gollum 1, thank your lucky stars. Looking good, Mage Squadron. Keep up that pressure. Trigger time to show the other guys that we get wet and wild and do dirty, dirty things. Once you hit one of them, stick to them like glue. Don't let them out of your sights, even in the clouds. And so, your first hunting season begins.
Fire.
Mage 2, bandit down. Excellent work.
1, 2. Alrighty.
Enemy attack struck me. I'm still okay. I'm hit. I lost control.
If you can't evade a missile, use chaff and flares. Your fingers should still move, even if you're in a 9G turn.
Friendly lost.
4 remaining.
Missile.
We're getting our ass kicked. Reinforcements. Cobra reinforcements. We're taking too much damage. They got me.
Alright, let's get a little sick, shall we?
Lock broken by the clouds.
Breaking. Enemy behind you. Take.
Alright, where is this guy?
Adjust. We need reinforcements now.
Nice kill.
Trying not to use up all the flares. Where is this guy?
Whistle inbound. Flag them pull it out. Look on hostile.
You're mine. I'll make it quick.
There we go.
Our radar shows no sign of bandits. You're in the clear.
I haven't even broken a sweat.
They have to be crazy to pick a fight with us. A rabid dog would know better.
Missile incoming! Evade!
Where?
Break!
Where?
What the hell?
Caution, missile!
Caution! Large aircraft is approaching. All aircraft, stay alert.
Got hit. Huh. Well.
We just learned that Eruzia is utilizing the Arsenal bird. Those bastards. They had that thing combat ready this whole time.
Enemy has a radar lock. Break, now!
We're just waiting for mission command.
We'll live through this, Trigger.
Bandits are down.
These guys are definitely a step above the last drones.
Damn, they're agile. And there's too many of them.
These guys will go down easy.
All aircraft, no change in game plan. Destroy the Arsenal bird.
Golem Squadron, take out Big Baby Huey.
They just called a big baby Huey.
Those damn things have gotten smarter. How many do you think are left?
Target is in range of guns.
Chosen 1, check 6, Commander.
did I miss that?
I can't reach the arsenal bird.
Don't let the UAV movements knock you sideways. Even a machine can be outsmarted.
Column 2, missile, evade!
Evading!
Well, we have heavy fire.
Column 3, Column 2's hit! Status report.
We're out of chaff and flare.
Shit, Golem 2, do you copy?
This is Golem 2. Instruments still appear to be functioning okay.
Skeleton 3, break! Break! Missile!
Destroy the main propeller. Well, we're out of chaff and flare too.
Skeleton 3's lost.
Coming! What's the plan?
Where's that report?
Continue to maintain air superiority.
HQ, what's happening?
Skykeeper, I repeat, maintain air superiority.
How'd that happen?
What the hell? Caution. All aircraft, stay alert.
Get out of there!
Break it!
Control route. I'm breaking off!
Skeleton 2 lost.
Shit, we got incoming!
Skeleton Squadron is down. We've had too many losses. All squadrons, command has ordered a complete withdrawal. Leave the operation area immediately.
Brilliant observation.
Don't have to call me twice.
Survived to hear it.
Save your chatter for the debriefing. Golem and Mage Squadron, give our allies some time to escape.
Wilco, but Golem 2's hit. Gotta send her back. Let's get dirty, Trigger.
Shoot down those UAVs. Don't let them touch any friendlies.
Golem 2, head back to base.
Gargoyle 1, escort Golem 2.
Continuing the mission. Still got my wings.
I am
Trigger doesn't need to fill in for me. I'm back and
You won't make any difference up here. Get back to base and cool your head.
Where is this thing?
Copy that. Returning home.
Missile away.
Missed. Don't think, focus. That a boy, Mage 2. Just keep firing.
2. How? It was right in front of me.
This one's mine.
Retrieving aircraft. Leave the AO. Allies will hold off pursuit. Golem Squadron, Mage Squadron, hang in there and come back safe.
Gotta go help
Got
out our
one of
buddy.
my sights.
Mage 2, UAV down.
What's our kill count? Anyone keep a count?
He's mine. He's not getting away.
More UAVs spotted. Gargoyle Squadron, they might cut off your retreat.
Damn it, I can't break away!
My status is fine. Affirmative.
This is Gargoyle 1, leaving Operation Airspace with Golem 2.
Retreating aircrafts, prepare for combat. It's a bogey. Gargoyle 1, Golem 2, engage now. Attack.
Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
Gargoyle 1.
If I could do this with a VR headset, this would be a lot more fun. First person, VR,
Skykeeper. Gargoyle 1 lost.
What the hell?
having to look around and shit.
Golem 2, status report. Just talk to me.
I'm against an Su-30. Orange wingtips. I can't shake it off. It's matching me move for move.
Golem 2, stop dogfighting and run.
Mage 1's on the way, bro.
Golem and Mage Squadrons handle it. They'll pull through.
Get your asses out.
This is getting a little tight. Enemy UAV is down.
Locked.
That's it, Trigger. Their machines don't show any mercy.
If Mage Squadrons still have their hot shot, then we just might make it out. Don't look back. Golem and Mage, we owe you a debt, and we'll pay it. Mage Squadron, get those things off my ass!
Working on it.
Tied up now. Trigger, can you help him? Not on my watch. Yowza.
Use the ground to cover his ass, or
Could need life or death for him. Hurry up. I know. All we can do is fly away as fast as we can.
Mage 2, UAV down. Keep it up, buddy.
Fort Gray's aircraft. Let's take it easy next time.
Come on. Lock on firefighter.
I don't get it. Why isn't it opening fire? I'm scared.
Hell of a good job, Mage 2. We want as many guys out here as possible.
I'm grateful you're around.
Golem 2, what's your status? Status report.
He's a predator. The weak get eaten.
Golem 2, get a hold of yourself. Golem 2, get away from the enemy.
Mage 2, support! Somebody! Support!
Bandit is down.
Column 2, lost.
Shit. Skykeeper, where's the one that got Brownie?
Afraid he's long gone by now. Sorry. All UAVs have been splashed.
I said what I had to say. About what?
Well,
Not a girl who'd retreat. Just not in her DNA. That was the right decision at the time. No, I should have never let a fledgling like her out of my reach to begin with.
Golem Squadron, Mage Squadron, withdraw.
well. That just happened. We lost one.
Page 2, we have you on radar. You are cleared for approach.
Alrighty, we're gonna land this puppy.
Runway is clear. Page 2, you are cleared for landing. 3,000 to runway. Page 2, lower speed.
Lower speed.
Page 2, lower nose. You're too high.
Lower nose. A little more.
1,500 to runway.
Bring the nose up just a tad. Yeah, look at that.
Nicely done, Mage 2.
Boom.
I knew you'd be back. Stand by for further orders. Be ready for your next sortie.
Mage Squadron, this is the situation. Golem and the other bases squadrons already joined forces and are engaged. You guys will arrive.
Unfortunately, the two-front offensive was a failure. The aircraft carrier Kestrel II was sunk during the attack on Farbanti. Carrier-borne aircraft mistakenly bombed urban areas, and this has turned public opinion in neutral countries against us. Our own forces also suffered heavy losses. If it weren't for a few extraordinary fighters, many of us wouldn't have made it home. The situation is grim. We have precious little time, however. We have to get to the space elevator.
Alrighty. Just get into the next mission.
Here he comes. Mihai's looking worse. Thank God he has his granddaughters here to help him out. They're sisters, 15 and 10. Engaging the enemy in combat so we could use his physiological data to improve the drones had always taken a toll on Mihai's body. But today, he was really showing his age. The drones we based on his data were being taken down at a faster rate now compared to when the war began. When Mihai found that out, he insisted on flying to the front lines to see it for himself. Sometimes he could be so stubborn. His age wasn't the only thing affecting his health. Over the years, flying at high altitudes for prolonged stretches of time had ravaged and poisoned his body. But he was a man of grit. Today, after 28 years, he saw combat again. If his flight suit still wasn't good enough to protect him, I can't imagine how many G's he hit today during the battle. As a pilot, he exceeds all our expectations. It's going to take a bit more tweaking before our drones can match his skill.
How penal is this penal unit, you ask? This place is a shithole. If you took the stink of all the corruption in the world, then corralled it all in one place, that would give you a pretty good idea of what the air smells like around here. We got all kinds of critters, too. Everything from flea-ridden guards, rabid dogs, and a mechanic doing the stretch for life. I can't forget the rats. Yeah, we got those. And some pilots who got their wings clipped, too. One's a great pilot, but a lousy thief. One's a gambler with no luck. And one's an anarchist with no balls. Their job here was to rev the engines on the fake runways. The idea was for Erusia's spy satellite to pick up the heat sig. Even though there weren't any real fighters here, it looked like it on their infrared. I bet you're wondering, if Erusia lost the war, how come they still have a spy satellite? 'Cause someone over there was smart enough to train a bunch of computer nerds to hack into half of Osia's satellites. That's how come. Every now and again, I'd try to bust out. And every single time, those damn dogs would drag me right back. When I was in my cell, I'd hear this voice coming from the guards room. It was the Erusian princess rallying her people on the Erusian national broadcast. All us prisoners had become big fans of hers. You want to hear something funny? The guards were big fans too. I swear to God, every time she was on the air, they'd turn up the volume on the radio and sit there listening. I could see how someone like her could win the hearts and minds of soldiers and workers alike. When the princess said something, you could tell she meant every word. Lately, she'd been having more fun with her speeches, and that made her seem even more charming. You could say her charm was like a virus. Whenever she'd point out stuff that was wrong with Osia, the prisoners in here went nuts. Hell, if anyone knew how messed up Osia was, it was the prisoners. They'd shout, "Burn Osia down." No way am I just gonna sit here and rot away in this hellhole. Dark blue. Instead of building fake-ass planes to trick Erusia, I'm gonna build one that'll really take off. You can count on that.
Alrighty. There's going to be a briefing. I want to get myself for that.
As proved by the failure of our previous strategy, the Arsenal birds have bolstered the enemy's anti-air network. This will be difficult to overcome. However, we still need to get swiftly to the space elevator no matter what it takes. Someone there is counting on us. The hero of the Circum-Pacific War and the man who spearheaded the construction of the space elevator. Osia's former president, Mr. Harling. Mr. Harling was inspecting the elevator when the war broke out. He's been classified as missing since the elevator was taken over by the Erusian forces. However, according to the latest intel, a military officer accompanying Mr. Harling hid him inside the facility. Both are waiting for a chance to escape. Enemy anti-air radar network has been set up around the space elevator. It's likely a large squadron would be detected. We will send a single aircraft through the network and send in a rescue team soon after. A number of anti-air radars have been set up around the space elevator. However, our reconnaissance suggests their network is weakest along the southeastern coast of Selatapura, so we can elude the enemy's observation. There are a lot of rain clouds this time of year. Flying through the clouds will enable us to stay hidden from their radar. If you happen to be detected by their radar, we will be forced to abort the mission. The lone pilot who will head up this strategy is you, Trigger. After you bust through, secure the rescue craft's landing zone by taking out the anti-air weapons. Gollum and others will arrive shortly for support. Provide escort for Mr. Harling's craft after rendezvous. Good luck out there, everyone.
Alrighty, now that the briefing's over, we know what we're gonna do. Sort of. First, let's go to the aircraft tree. Get some upgrades for the F-16. Could buy a Mirage. I'm not a big fan of them though. Really looking for a stealth aircraft. Want to get that right there. The F-22. I have to go down the F-18, the F-A-18 route. How much MRP do we have? But on the F-15 route, can we get there still? We'd get the YF-23 first, but I guess. Now let's save up. Go to the F-18 route. It's just a straight shot. Although, if we go the F-15 route, we get stabilizers. Alright, let's look at some stuff here. So we are here. We could purchase the Mirage. That'll bring us down to this. Bring us to the Gripen E, the Raphael, and or the Typhoon, to the Su-47, the Su-30, the Su-57, Su-35, Su-37, 33s, MiG-31s, or we can go the F-A-18 route, which is 285. Yeah, just keep going. I could just buy the F-15C, you know. Instead, like brake plus and bomb power, the pulse generator range. Do that, we get the F-15E pretty quickly because we'd be able to pitch stabilizer and missile speeds and get over to the YF-23, which was the predecessor to the F-22 Alpha. I think that's what we're gonna do, is go with the F-15. Oh no. Alrighty, well, we're gonna start the mission. Alrighty. And since we're not going to be attacking ground forces, we're going to go with the 4AM.
Aircraft preparations complete. Sortie ASAP.
Alrighty, the sortie's getting ready to start. So, what does that mean?
Entering operation area. Imposing radio silence.
Means we're gonna fly low
We'll
and slow.
radio you, but you are not permitted to make contact.
If you're spotted, the mission is over. Stay out of enemy radar. Use of weaponry is also strictly forbidden. Okay. You're
Got a
heading up.
message. We're gonna pause. Holy shit. It's a lot of enemy radar. Alrighty, so it looks like we're gonna have a change of pace. And we're gonna do Daisy. Alrighty. So we're going to end this mission here. We're gonna switch over to Daisy. Meaning I've got to come over here, edit quick actions. Nope, that's not it. I want to change that. How do I do that? Hello? Yeah. Hello? Yes, I can. Yep. Like 256 something. Yeah, something.